got to ask you, because I've seen that you've posted the petroglyphs on McConkie's ranch, which in my mind, man, they're the most spectacular petroglyphs in the United States. You know, I mean, not only are they carved and pecked and painted, you know, with they're decked out in breastplates and jewelry and crowns and stuff. So I've seen that you've posted that. What's your opinion of them, and what are you thinking about them?
I mean, to me, it's plain and simple. These are the giants that were with Montezuma. Montezuma didn't just come, you know, he had his elite warriors. A lot of people don't understand that Montezuma was already moving treasures 12 years before the Spanish ever arrived. You know, that this was an ongoing thing, and the giants were a part of his team, you know, his defense, his warriors that absolutely were with him. That petroglyph is proof of Montezuma in this area. That petroglyph is proof of the of giants, and these are the same giants of renown from the Aztec and from other Mayan, Aztec, Inca. These guys that so to me, without a doubt, those petroglyphs are proof in stone that Montezuma and the giants were there, and that it was documented. It might have 6 fingers too. I can't remember.
So I think so. Yep, it does.
And you know, see, we at least right now have the ability to cross-reference, right? As researchers, we're able to say, well, here's what the biblical things are about giants. Here's what we're hearing from this ancient civilization and this ancient civilization, and we're able to piece it all together. You know, those giants weren't gods, you know, in the sense of God. There's only one God, and that God is beyond God in our ideas. But these giants were real, and these giants are in the stone. It's proof. It's there. It's right in front of our face. Just like pyramids. Pyramids are proof of a universal technology. It's right there. It's not like, you know, it's not like, gosh, I wonder how these guys did this. You know, they live. Man, it is proof of a technology universal. And these petroglyphs, it's not a paper that can get burned away. It's not something that the Spanish can go knocking off. I'm telling you that these ancient civilizations had technology that we've forgotten today. They had access to technology. They knew frequency and resonance, and they knew how to levitate. Now, not everyone. I'm not saying, you know, everyone who was in the citizens of the Aztecs and the Inca Maya, but I'm talking about the high priest, and Montezuma was the high priest. This dude was the high military, high priest, high technology, all of that stuff. So these guys had that. And they tell us, not even the codex, not the codex, not all the, some of the codex tell us stuff, but keep in mind the codexes were the ones that we have access to are mostly the ones that were created with the Spanish, you know, kind of telling the natives to do it. But there are codices in the Vatican that are from the Aztec, Maya, and Inca that they have. They didn't burn them all. You kidding me? That's the story they told everyone, that they burned all the records. You think they're going to burn all the records? These guys have been collecting records from across civilizations from the beginning of the time with Knight Templars and other secret societies. They may have burned a few things, but a lot of these records still exist. And they are, whether they're in the Vatican or some other private collections, but they exist. And there are also those that they never got their hands on because, like I said, they knew what was going down. And that's another thing I'll be covering. I will be covering the omens that Montezuma had before the Spanish ever arrived. I'll be covering so many freaking things that your mind's gonna explode with the information, man. Who knows who will want to come hear it from me? You know, there's so many, you got so many people like yourself and others who will be there. You know, who knows?
I'm just a great listener, man. It's people like you. You know, there's a lot of great people that are coming. So, man, I'm excited. And I really, really appreciate you for agreeing to come. So, anyway.
Well, I appreciate you guys for inviting me. I'm honored and thankful that you consider me a part of your tribe, man, and the fact to bring me on and all that kind of stuff. So, thank you, Terry, for real, because it's you. You know, these other guys don't know who I am. You know, on your team for the Moonlake Gathering. So I love and appreciate you, man. Really.
Well, thank you. So, Dan, for these guys that want to research and know who you are further, how do they find out more about you?
Sure, they can go to my website, which is dandillman.com, and you can read some of my blog posts and articles. I'm just building that up. You could also find me on YouTube at Montezuma's Treasure, and you can find me on Instagram under Dillman Family. Now, I'm not the greatest. I come from a little bit older generation, so I'm not filling those channels nonstop every day with stuff. I'm not Terry Carter. Terry is the man.
I am not the man.
Yes, you are. And so, but I'm definitely putting things on there, sharing stuff. So dandillman.com, if you want to get in contact with me, that's how you can reach out to me as well, and learn more about me and my family's origins and how we got started.
So I will put a link to all these in the description. So go down there and check out who Dan Dillman is. But most of all, come meet him in person, man. You're in for a treat. At the 2024 Moonlake Gathering on August 23rd and 24th, 2024 at the Altamont Utah City Park, where we're not that far from Skinwalker Ranch, where we're not that far from Blind Frog Ranch. This event's located right at one of the major gateways to the high Uintas, where a lot of Spanish treasure stories and treasure things have taken place, where there's been Bigfoot activity, UFO activity, and not to mention where some people think there's been Aztec activity. We got a lot planned and a lot going on for this event, so we'll see y'all there.
Yeah, and I'm hoping to have some swag, maybe a hat or something.
Oh man,
some other little objects that I'm looking to share with folks. So yeah, man, I'm excited.
Dan, we'll see you there.
Yeah.
And thank you. And with that said, that's a wrap.